The numbers are the numbers. If black women have the most degrees, if we have the most home ownership, if we have the most education, and black men who I love, I rock with, will never date outside my race. But the bottom line is the stats are the stats. It shows the less amount of degrees, the less ownership.
Hey, brother, y'all gotta get y'all money up.
Yeah.
What happened? Your balls drop off?
Often I hear about black women who are just focused on dating black men.
If we black women want to date a semi-tall, successful black man that makes 6 figures and has not been to jail, our odds are 1 out of 250. Clearly, those odds are not in our favor at this point. So I want to say to my black men, what do we do as black women when we say like the dating pool has pee in it? And it's so hard to find a, as y'all would like to quote, high value black man. Y'all know y'all love some Kevin Samuels. What do we do? I would love for black men to chime in, because 1 out of 250, like, I'm getting discouraged out here. Tell me, what do we do? Like, how do we navigate this?
There is a conversation that needs to be had in-house amongst the straight black male collective. Black women are excelling in so many different areas. They've mobilized, they got their sister thing, they getting their degrees, getting themselves together. Not all brothers, but many. The only thing they got on their damn resume is audacity. Ooh. That's it. Ain't got shit else to offer the world but and audacity. It ain't the gay boys.
More black women are graduating from colleges, which in turn will mean that there, of course, there's black men that are doing well, but if you have more black women graduating from college, more than likely more black women might do more than financially better than black men.
Black women are excelling. They're getting accelerated degrees, graduate degrees, doctorate degrees. They're starting businesses. Black women are running circles around men. If black women are excelling at such an accelerated rate, how do men keep up with that?
The black men in America, they're few and far in between. People have been saying this, but it really is true.
Black men being the weakest links, it's nothing new under the sun.
This is what I mean when I say black men are the weakest links.
Black men are the weakest link. 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 Men are the weakest link. Black 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 men are the weakest link.
I put together a breakdown of the 12 most important social media talking points that can be quantified, and I ranked them between black men and black women. I didn't do this to cause a competition. The only reason why I brought this up is so people can shut the hell up about this whole level thing, and we can stop having these dumbass conversations about who does more in what particular categories. I put everything into one breakdown to show you guys how things shake out. Okay, so at the top there, it says black men versus black women. Bachelor's degrees are higher. You guys can go on my page. You can see all the videos. I have all the links in the descriptions so you guys can get any information that you need from this live stream. So if you're asking where are the references, go to my videos and you will find them. So this is the education argument. So as you guys can see there on the far right, you see that green? That indicates who's leading, who won this particular round. So percentage with bachelor's degrees. Black women, 29.3%, as I mentioned earlier. Black men, 22%. That's a 7.3% difference in favor of black women. And then total population, black women degree holders, 3.5 million. Black men, 2.2 million. That's a 1.2 million difference in favor of black women. If there are any arguments about degrees, black women have more degrees than black men, which is why they won that round. Okay, and I'm saying won because for some odd reason, it seems like it's a competition in the black community. So I'm giving you guys credit, both ends. Black men and black women. So y'all can shut up about the conversation. Black men versus black women STEM degrees. And this is from 2012 to 2022, of course. Total STEM degrees / certificates, black men 326,000, black women 199,000. That is 126,000 difference in favor of black men. Percentage of total STEM degrees, 7.5% black men across all years, and then 4.5% for black women across those years. That is a 3% difference for black men, which means that black men win that round. So in STEM degrees, if you guys have a conversation on anybody's platform, black men hold more STEM degrees than black women. Black women versus black men breakdown for student loan debt, both in total amount and average loan size. Okay, so at the top there, the category is average undergrad debt. Black women hold 41,000 undergrad debt on average. Black men 35,000 undergrad debt. That's a $5,801 difference. Black women have more debt. Average graduate degree debt. Black women $75,000. Black men $61,000. That is $13,000 more than black men. Black women own more debt in the graduate degree department. Then percentage of black borrowers who are women, 66% are black women. Black men, 34%. Women are 2/3 of black borrowers. 2/3. So black women borrow more money than black men for college. Cumulative debt total, $929 billion. That's 66%. Remainder, 34%, 1.6 trillion. Women hold the majority of the debt. Okay, black women, more debt. So if women own more college debt, black women own more college debt in total as well. So in that particular category, black men lead. You see the red, that would be considered a negative. Black men versus black women student parents in college, which is very important. Percentage of college students who are parents. Black women, 40%. Black men, 21%. That is a 19% difference. Black women lead in that particular category. There are more black women who are parents in college than black men. Single parents in college. 62% of black mothers are single when they are in college. Only 39% of black men are single fathers in college. Mothers are 1.6 times more likely. Black women, that is a negative. Married parents in college, 38% of black mothers are married, as opposed to 61% of black fathers are married in college. That's important. And like I said, man, you see how these numbers shake out when you break them down? Because people like, and I hate that the black community does this, black women got more college degrees than black men. But did y'all actually have, ever sit down and look at all of this information that goes along with this? This is crazy, right? I know this is some new information for a lot of people. That would be considered a positive if the majority of the black fathers are married. That's a positive. So black men win in that. And then total student parents, of course, 2.7 million mothers for black women, 1.1 million fathers. Mothers equal 70% of the total. There are more black women who are parents in college. So black men win that group as well. Income. Black men versus black women. And this is from 2024 and 2025 first quarter results. For 2024, the weekly annual income, black men, it was $1,002. Black women, $922. That is $80 more dollars per week. Black men lead. So black men, in regards to earnings, black men earn more than black women. And then 100K earners, black men versus black women. This is $926,000 for black men, $721,000 for black women. That is a $205,000 difference in people for black men in favor for black men. And then with the representation of the respective labor force, that is 6.09% of the 15.2 million of black men in the workforce. And then that is 4.26% of the 16.9 million black women in the workforce. So that is a 1.83 percentage point difference in favor of black men. So black men have more 100K earners, because that seems to be a sticking point, because people point to there being more black women. That is true. There are more black women in the workforce. There are more black women in our black population. However, that doesn't shake out in regards to 100K earners. Yes, there are more black women, but black men still have more 100K earners. Okay? Just the facts. I don't care about your feelings. Black men versus black women home buyers. And I did it for the single black population. Single black women, give yourselves a pat on the back. 33% are percentage of black home buyers. They are leading. Single black men, only 12% own homes. I know you got, let me bring myself up here because I know what's next. Men don't tend to purchase homes when they don't have a family. I agree with you. However, when we're doing this breakdown, none of that shit matters. All of the excuses in regards to why black men or why single men in general don't buy homes, the black community don't care about that shit. Okay? So you just wasting your breath, or you wasting your keystrokes if you type that in the chat. I'm telling you, if you get on somebody's platform and you mention that, then black women gonna probably cuss your ass out because they take pride in that 33%, the single black women. Okay, just want to, you can do it, but I just want to put that disclaimer out there. But overall, the black community, the majority of our homeowners are married couples. Okay, but black women actually represent the highest group of singles who by percentage points. So that 33% is the highest among all singles. So again, shout out to black women. Black women actually win that category. They win that group. Black men versus black women, overweight and obesity. This is important for important conversations on the dating market. Overweight or obese, black women 79.6%, black men 70.9%. That is an 8.7% difference. Black women are higher. Obese only, black women are higher. CDC 2018 obesity snapshot, black women are higher, 2017 to 2020. And I got 3 just to be clear. 58% obesity only, 40% obesity only for black women in favor of black women. Okay? So black men actually win that group because they are less obese and less overweight than black women. Black men versus black women when it comes to ownership of black-owned businesses. Percentage of black-owned businesses, black men 59%, black women 41%. That is plus 18 percentage points in favor of black men. Very simple. Black men own more businesses than black women. And then marital rates, black men versus black women. Pew Research Center, 36% to 29% for black women. That is a 7% difference. And then the black demographics, they reported theirs from 2021. It was 34 to 27%, still a 7% difference. So black men actually lead in that category. Black women have birthed more children than black men have fathered. And you can see the breakdown right there. We've covered this from 2006 to 2010, 2011 to 2015, 2015 to 2019. Now, the reason why this is a positive for black men is you are more marriageable on the dating market if you don't have children. We know how prevalent this is. Those men and women go at the top of the dating pool. When you don't have kids, you're at the top. It's just something that you all got to understand. All right? Not so much men. I'm talking to the women. Y'all know how these conversations go. Incarceration rates. Even though this is expected amongst all men and women, yes, in the black community, this is important. So 666,000, which is a crazy number of total black men incarcerated. 74,000, which represents 10% of the black community that are incarcerated for black women. So that's a total of 740,000. And then the percentage is 2.87% of total black men. That is 23.2 million black men. So even though it is 666,000, that small amount compared to the total population of black men only represents 2.87%. So if the question is, where are the good black men? They're running around out here. To make it plain and simple. They out here. Let's stop that narrative. And then for black women, that is 0.30% of their 25 million population, which is actually an amazing thing. Black women actually decreased their incarceration rates at a lower rate than black men. So shouts out to black women. So men are incarcerated at 9.5 times the rate of black women. Percentage not incarcerated, 97.1 million for black men, and then 99.7% for black women. Okay, not too huge, big of a gap, but it is what it is. Then the difference is 592,000 more incarcerated black men than black women. Black women win that category because that is very important on today's dating market. As of now, those are the most important social media talking points in the black community. So I just cleared all that shit. Bachelor's degrees. Who leads? Black women. Why it matters. Education often correlates with stability and social compatibility. So black women, remember that. You having more degrees than black men, that's why it matters. Make sense, guys? STEM degrees. Black men. Higher earning, high demand career fields, which is absolutely a positive. Less student loan debt. Who leads? Who has less student loan debt? Black men. Financial burden and long-term planning. Okay? So that's why it is a negative. Okay? Fewer student parents. Black men have fewer student parents. More flexibility, fewer obligations. That's why if you have no children on the dating market, that puts you at the top of the list. Based off other things as well. But first thing that people look at is do you have buckaroos? Okay. Now, higher median earnings. Black men. Why it matters. Financial provision and stability. Okay. More 100K earners. Strong economic positioning in favor of black men. More home buyers. Black women. Long-term planning and asset building. So that's actually a good thing, okay? Of course it's a good thing. Black women, give yourselves a pat on the back. Lower overweight/obesity rates. Favor of black men. Health, attraction, and discipline. That's why it matters for dating. More business ownership. Black men. Entrepreneurial drive and leadership. So shouts out to you, black men. Higher marriage rates. This demonstrates commitment and selection. Those married black men represent the total population of black men. So when you're considering marriage, black men are more marriageable than black women because they have a higher rate. They've shown that they can get married at a higher rate, even though there's close to 1.5 to 2 million more black women out there. Black men still are married at a higher rate, which is why it demonstrates commitment and selection. Black men are choosing women, women are choosing black men. May not be high, 36%, which is somewhat respectable. It can, I'm pretty sure it's going to get higher. But yeah, that's why. Fewer with children, that's black men. Fewer obligations and greater dating flexibility. And then lower incarceration rate in favor of black women. Freedom, safety, availability. So that is a positive for black women. Shouts out to you. Categories 1. Out of those 12, 9 belong to black men. Black men won 9 out of 12 categories. Less debt, higher income, better health, fewer kids, more marriage ready. Black women won 3 out of 12. More educated, more likely to be homeowners, far less likely to be incarcerated. So those are the positives for both groups. 9 wins for black men, 3 for black women. Evaluating dating prospects, black men versus black women based on the 12-point scorecard. Let's assume each of the 12 factors reflects a positive trait in the dating/marriage market, such as financial stability, lower baggage, debt, obesity, incarceration, and greater availability, being childless or not incarcerated. Conclusion. Who is the better dating prospect on paper? Statistically, based on this data set and the factors that matter in long-term relationships, black men come out as better dating prospects overall in 9 out of the 12 categories. They are less burdened by student loan debt, earning more and more likely to make 6 figures, less likely to be overweight or already parenting, more likely to own more businesses and be married, demonstrating commitment, as I stated. Yes, Black women are better educated and far less likely to be incarcerated, which are huge positives, especially in professional and legal stability context. But when it comes to total dating market readiness, financials, freedom, family obligations, and health, the data favors Black men. But I'll put a caveat in here. This is a statistical generalization. Individual character, communication, emotional health, and personal values matter far more in actual dating success than averages. I made sure to mention that because when Kevin Samuels used to present his high value thing, people used to always say, well, what about character? Brother, we can't quantify that. Everybody be acting a fool out here sometimes, okay? So you got to figure that out for yourself. But as I stated before, on paper, based off of the social media conversations that folks like to have, Black men are the better dating option. So this is for every Black woman who is saying that Black men aren't on their level. Black men, in regards to on paper, they are above the average Black woman's level, whatever the hell that is. So we can stop that foolery right now. And like I said, I did that video about the LGBTQ population and the gay Black men going at Black men for some odd, or heterosexual Black men for some odd reason. That one dude that put out there saying that, yeah, on averages, you know, Black women are the better option.
Then I hear about Black women who are just focused on dating Black men.
Brother, here are the statistics, and I encourage people to fact check. As of now, Black men are the better dating/marriage option. Sweet Christmas.